does. You know, for me, the idea of having a mother at, I think she was 18 when she had Ziggy, the idea of doing that, being a sovereign woman, taking care of not only herself, but also her child, and wanting to create the best life for him at the sacrifice of her own comfortability, that in itself, take all the other baggage away, lends to the opportunity of discovering the inner workings and the inner psychology of someone, because it takes a lot to be that young and be able to put someone before you. So I really had to surrender to the situation that Jane was in and apply it to how I would feel within the rules and restrictions of her story. Yeah, you know, I think it's difficult for Jane when she gets to Monterey because she doesn't have a lot of money and she doesn't feel privileged in the way that I think she judges other people for. And I think she feels very insecure, and at the same, you know, she's trying to fit in an adult's world, in a mother's world, and yet she herself still needs to be mothered in many ways and still needs to grow up in many ways. And I think the juxtaposition of that is so blatantly clear to her in the beginning of her time spent in Monterey creates inner turmoil, and I think that's why she feels like maybe she doesn't belong, because there's a missing relatability factor in experience, even though there is a motherhood thread that keeps them on the same level. Yeah, I think they are a team. I think they're a unit. I think that obviously she is the person in charge. She's the mother, and I think Jane is really keen on keeping that control in line when it comes to Ziggy, and keeping that dominance in line, which is important when you are a parent, but at the same time is very respectful and honors what makes Ziggy comfortable and uncomfortable. Absolutely. I think that we all do that. I think we're all projectors. We project constantly, and I think for Jane, because she doesn't have any close friends until she gets to know these ladies in Monterey, and because she's in a new city, her child is the soundboard for everything that she echoes, everything that she creates. And so to be able to have that is a gift, and also I think tricky for her, because she finds she is projecting a lot that may not actually be a part of their reality. Of course, you know, I think that's the beauty of acting, is you get to embody different personalities, but you're not embodying them because it's foreign, you're embodying them because somehow there's a relatability factor. Something within you goes, I can empathize with this human, even if that's not how I exist or choose to express myself on a daily basis. It's just exploring a different shade of who I am. Yeah, you know, this is, to do a miniseries is such a, as an actor, especially doing cinema for so long, it's so much fun because there's a finality to it. We knew we were only doing 7 episodes, but at the same time it felt like we were filming a 6-month-long movie. It was the same director, the same cast, and to work on this really has been a dream, to work with a group of women who are all only supportive of one another and all really brilliant and independently varying. We're all very different people, but what we bring to the table allows us to grow with each other and for each other, and that's something I've never witnessed on a movie set before. Yeah, and you know, it's women, and it's not just women, it's women and allies. And I think that's an important thing to recognize. We're not just fighting for equal pay, we're not just fighting for equality, we're fighting for a full societal shift from patriarchy to matriarchy. That is when we're going to start seeing things truly shift for future generations, because for far too long we have had war and we have had disagreements and arguments, which are healthy. It's important to debate. But when you debate from a place of greed and when you debate from a place of anger, you don't debate from a place of empathy, compassion, or love, then you end up with a world like we have today. And I think that's what women are marching for. It just feels like an adventure. We forget that movies are art. For me, like, I'm an artist. I get to be a mad scientist and jump into someone's brain for a minute and jump into someone's heart and be like, ooh, that feels nasty. This feels wonderful. And to explore all of those different variations is that's what we do as children. We make believe, and I'm so lucky that I get to do it as an adult, but we really have lost that sense of wonder. And to me, the way that I experience my sense of wonder is through different characters.